Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy. I'm Josh, and today we're here for a follow-up on the l3I Stinger. A lot of you guys have been asked about this, so we're going to shoot this today from 50 to 150 yards, and we have a brand new scope for you to look at. This is a ZeroTech Trace Advanced. This is a 5 to 30. Brand new to me. This is a loaner scope, but you guys are going to be looking through this scope as we shoot out, so it's not a scope review. That'll be coming later, but first, we're going to check this out together, see kind of what it looks like. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and of course, mostly going to be talking about the l3I. And what we've done today is I picked yet another random lot of Ely team, and again, we're going to shoot at 50 to 150 yards, maybe 167 yards. There is a bit of wind today, so left or right on the target, not going to be the gun, not going to be the scope, just Mother Nature, but we are going to put rounds on steel, and it is clean steel, so let's dirty it up. All right, so it's one of those days at the range, guys, where, you know, the sun's up, the sun's down, it's behind clouds, it's, you know, behind the tree, it's windy, it's not windy. So we're gonna try and do our best here. But again, random lot of Ely, we're gonna start at 50 yards. I think we have this zeroed, so I kind of went through a zeroing process, and we are gonna be shooting this with the trigger cam. Now, the reason this won't be a full-blown review is I'm never gonna base a scope review on looking through the back of the trigger cam, because it just makes everything worse. So I can't get a realistic idea of how good or not the eye box is, how good or not the parallax is, because this trigger cam is basically making all that worse. Though I can tell you from the maybe 10-15 rounds I put on this just to get a ballpark zero that it's pretty dang good. I've got to jump in here real quick before we get to the shooting, and trust me, there's plenty of it, but this is really relevant. Me and the trigger cam 2.1, we're in a death match in this video. So you're gonna see a lot more jump cuts than you normally would. And I'm always straight up and honest with you guys, there's nothing taken out of this. But the stock trigger cam footage, video and audio came way out of sync. Diamonds, these are a little easier to see. So after several hours of editing, I'm able to overcome that. Had to retime them in little tiny segments of clips to get it to line up so that it didn't look weird to you guys. But again, I'm not cutting anything out. We're not hiding anything. You're seeing absolutely every shot. And fear not, I've already talked to trigger cam. I've got some new firmware. I'm going to fight my way through this. We might even end up going to a whole different scope camera setup, because I strive to bring you guys what I see. And so far, I haven't been able to do that through the trigger cam. Like, this never looks nearly as good as what I see. And I did have to knock this down to 2K to try and fix that audio video sync, but even that didn't help. But also, while I got you here, I want to thank our sponsor, Saber Tactical. This rear rest, these weights that you're seeing up on the screen right now, they are really good deals. And if you're someone who doesn't like shooting off a bag, or you don't have the grip strength to shoot off a bag, this is something really good for the money. The weights are super economical. So it's been really awesome having them as a sponsor. It certainly helps me make content. So if you're appreciative of that fact, please go give them a visit. But that's enough yapping about this stuff. Let's get back out there to the bench. Start at 50, and at first I'm just gonna kind of, let me peel in a little bit so you guys can see what we're working with on the reticle. You can see those are 1/2 mil subtensions. This is the RMG2. Now they are coming out with an RMG3, which is going to be 210 subtension. So if you're in the 210 subtension camp, then they're going to have that reticle in this scope. And we're going to do our best here to work with the camera and hopefully not have to fight the image. But let's get on with kind of talking about the review. We'll cap this. So I guess more on the scope. It is a capped windage non-locking elevation, which is what I like. I took the zero stop out of this. It does come with it. And I had like 35 mils from the bottom of the top of travel on this. So 35 mils. Now I had to come up, I think 6 or so to zero at 50. So I probably have 28 mils left in it, but it's pretty crazy. Anyway, let's talk more about the l3I. Let's see how zeroed we are. This has been, you know, getting smoother and smoother, and this is fairly clean. You hear that first one was really hot. Oh, I'm liking the scope. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know how the frame rate's turned up enough on those, but I can literally see the bullet moving through the air. Probably a little bit to do with lighting. But so far, the l3I has run really, really well for me. Gave it a little bit of right there. Let's shoot one at this dot, see how close we are. Man, I wonder if you guys can see that. Let me look through here. Yeah, you can literally see. I don't know if it's like perfect lighting conditions, but we can see the back of the bullet. I'm going to guesstimate here. We're going to dial up 1.7. I do want to talk about the turret really quickly, and I'll show you guys in B-roll. But when you have to look up really quickly and dial, you want these indicators, these 0.1 mil indicators or MOA indicators, you want them spaced far apart. So if you make the turret bigger and you do 10 mils per revolution, it makes a really great setup for dialing really fast, and that's exactly what they've done. Let me get behind the scope. So we're at 100 now, and I am backed way out on magnification just because I kind of have to be. That looked pretty dang close. Let's go over here to these diamonds. These are a little easier to see. Everything is brown. But yeah, back on the l3I, haven't had really anything to complain about. It's been really easy to find ammo for it. I really haven't had much of a problem. Now mine, if you're watching, I had some of you ask me in the last video, and sorry if I'm getting blown out by the sun because it's now directly on us. They asked me, you know, about it basically not ejecting very far. From what I've seen, basically everybody's else's rifle ejects further than mine, stronger than mine. Now, when this thing throws out a live, it throws the crap out of it. The empties, I haven't had a problem with them getting stuck in like the action or anything, but it's not throwing them out as aggressively as other people's that I've seen. So I don't know if it's, you know, something to do. Again, this was a kind of like almost pre-production, like first one off the press, throw it together, get it out to me. It's not even exactly in the configuration that everybody else is getting their rifles in, because again, this was get it on over and let's do a review on it. So we talked about that a little bit before. I'm not, you know, making an excuse for that, saying that's why, but I haven't had a problem with it. I don't mind how it ejects right now. Could it eject further? Yeah, but it hasn't been an issue. So let's come back on here. I'm going to shoot off the gun a little bit. Okay, see what you guys are seeing. All right, let's see, a couple other little targets here. No problem. Beat up the squirrel. All right. I am seeing that bullet through this really, really well. Let's go out to 130. That's going to be roughly 3 mils. All right. 130 yards, we're going to hold it straight up. Okay. Little right, little low. Basically stacking them. All right, that's kind of boring. Let's go 150. It should be 4 mils. All right, I know that's going to be a little dark for you guys to see, but we're going to aim at this spot here. Look how small and precise that little dot is. That is really good. Now, do I love the 1/2 mil subtensions? No, but that RMG3, I'm hoping to get my hands on one of those, but look how precise we can hold. Got 2 right next to each other, a little bit of windage. But look at them. It's pretty freaking good. It is stacking them right now. That one was a hair high. But yeah, that is looking really, really good for 150 yards. So the majority of that group, so it's pretty much all 2/10. But even that there, even less than 2/10. So this lot, it likes pretty good. So while we reload this mag, I talk a little bit more about this ZeroTech Trace Advance. This is going to be their flagship model, Japanese scope. It's going to come with all the coatings. This is going to come out of Light Optical Works. So if you're not in the know about Japanese scopes, it's basically 2 or 3 manufacturers like OEMs, and Light Optical Works, or LOW, L-O-W, it's probably one of my favorite, honestly. A lot of big name companies use it. I mean, you're talking Night Force. Pretty sure like the tracked optics come from there too. Basically, if you have take any really good Japanese scope, and if the parallax is individual markings and not like the graduated like triangle, then it's probably coming out of Light Optical Works. And that's a good thing, because I really, really like Light Optical Works. Like I said, again, the oversized turrets, so far, I am really liking this. I'm actually really excited to get this trigger cam off in the next week or so and shoot on this exact setup and see what we can do. Let's see, trying to see what we can see down there. We're 167 yards. Let's see what we can do. Wind may be kind of down. Let's aim straight up. Okay, we're high. There we go. Now let's come in and get behind the gun so hopefully it blocks some light for you guys. And absolutely no problem peppering that. I think if you're looking at the l3I, the decision you need to make is if you want a 90-degree bolt throw. Now, it doesn't bother me at all. Some people are more sensitive to that. Some people like the 70. That's going to be totally a personal choice. Me, I do not mind the 90 at all. Works out really well, and this action is really smooth. So let's come out a little bit here. 50 yards back on our 0. Let's actually go right here, a little aim and reference point. Yeah, basically exactly where we were. Let me shoot this through the scope. That brown is so hard to see against those logs. Oh, and we didn't have enough rounds to run the KYL. All right, so we are in the future going to be showing this gun with the other gun. So we're talking this, the Curtis, the Rimexes, the Voodoo. We're going to be taking them out to distance. We're going to be talking about ammunition, the rifles, and what really matters out there at distance, kind of what's going to impact you the most. And we're going to kind of make a decision on what I'm going to be running in December for, I believe it's an NRL 22X night match, but there's day and night. Oh, which good thing I brought that up. Let me turn this on. All right, so you can see there we have an illuminated reticle, and flip this back up. This is very, very daylight bright. So I'm going down. It is a push button illumination. Should be going back up. But look at that. I mean, it is really good illumination. It's not the entire Christmas tree. I would critique that. I do prefer it to be the entire Christmas tree. Not a deal breaker because you're not really using illumination all the time anyway. Holding a hair of windage here. Hadn't bit us yet. But as you can see, this is an accurate setup. Like, I really almost can't even miss with this. But yeah, so more to come on the l3I. Not really going to say it's a part 3 because we're going to be talking about other guns, all the guns we mentioned, but definitely follow up. More of a review coming on the ZeroTech Trace Advanced, the 5-30. So far, this is pretty freaking awesome. I'm going to have a code down there. If you want to check these out and you decide to pick it up, use that code, save yourself some money. But again, full review coming soon. But, you know, from what I've seen out of this, you know, the Trace Advanced, if you like the features, which I do, this is kind of, you know, best case scenario for me. Non-locking elevation, capped windage, really easy to read turrets, and oversized. The clicks are just freaking stupid good. Actually, let me get you a little sound bite. I mean, they're really good. Like, and there's like no real play in there. I mean, they're just good. Appreciate you guys watching. Catch you on the next one. Windy as crap. My zero's pretty good. Holy moly. The wind is just gusting. Still holding it together pretty good for the wind. Alright, let's try one more. would say it doesn't like this team as much as the other one. I mean, it's pretty good, but you can tell it's got a little bit more vertical and disparity in the ammo there, but still pretty good. Definitely under 3/10 of an inch, so yeah.